Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. The Pro Wrestling Show we have for you coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Let's get down to the fallout from Night of Champions. Coming up, LA Knight will take on Jimmy Uso one-on-one. LA Knight been having his issues with Jimmy quite some time. LA Knight selling his differences with Jimmy coming up. Speaking of that, Joe Henry will have a concert, and Joe Henry will have special guests for his concert. He'll have the tag team champions, the Street Profits, coming out with Joe Henry. We'll talk about that coming up. And the winner of the King of the Ring, Mr. himself, Oba Femi, kicks off Monday Night Raw in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Will Oba challenge the champion of his choice, or will he have some monkey plans derail coming up? We'll talk about it here on the Pro Wrestling Show. And plus on Wrestling Hot Topics, see today that we would have John Cena as a bald-headed John Cena. You can't see him, but John Cena he's the doctor of thugonomics, but with a bald head. We'll get to it here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll start right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect and our streaming channels as well. So join in that conversation. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get to it right here, right now, here on the Pro Wrestling Show. And let's get to what's going to go down here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Let's get down to this right here. Oba Femi kicks off Raw. Oba Femi coming off the heels of winning the coveted King of the Ring. Oba Femi now the 25th King of the Ring winner. Oba Femi did that on Saturday. Oba Femi did do that, and Oba Femi became a living legend, thus earning him a championship match at SummerSlam against the champion of his choice, Oba Femi. Those monkey wrench plans have been derailed, and I mean derailed by one man, and one man only. The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, returned. I thought Brock was with the crown, which that could have made more sense. He could have cost Oba Femi the crown, but Brock Lesnar said that he told Oba Femi to remind him that he once was King of the Ring, which nearly almost a quarter century ago. Brock Lesnar, Oba Femi, these two men had their rubber match, had their match at WrestleMania where Oba won, and at Clash in Italy that Brock won. Now Brock challenged him for the rubber match. The third match, Brock Lesnar challenging Oba Femi to a match at SummerSlam, and Oba Femi accepted the match, and the match will happen at SummerSlam. But this the kicker. Brock Lesnar kicked Oba Femi in the groin. Oba Femi really suffering the effects of that kick, that surprise attack from Brock Lesnar. But what we're going to get from here is Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar inside of Hell in a Cell. And remember, folks, this is Oba Femi's first Hell in a Cell match. And this is Brock Lesnar's. I don't know. Brock Lesnar been in so many Hell in a Cell matches against The Undertaker and a host of others. He won it. But Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi and Hell in a Cell in Minnesota. This is the match that everybody wants to see. The third match, Brock versus Oba Femi. Hell in a Cell. Can Brock Lesnar, can Oba Femi make a legend out of himself, defeating Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell? This is the first time ever. Brock Lesnar has not lost in the Hell in a Cell match, but like I said, this is the match that Brock Lesnar wanted, and he's going to get. He's going to get that Hell in a Cell match. And what a Hell in a Cell match is going to be, Brock versus Oba, one-on-one. Cannot wait to see that one. What type of match that's going to be coming up at Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam in 1 month. I mean, my God, Brock versus Oba. You can't make this up. What a match that's going to be. I'm looking forward to seeing that match between Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. Now, Nick, we know that Alan Pierce was kind of hesitant. Alan Pierce, the man on the tape, getting Oba Femi the option. Did he want the match made official? Oba said, yeah. So the match is made official. Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi will go down at SummerSlam. Now, this is the second match that had been announced. We told you on the Weekend Pro Wrestling Show that Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. This is going to be another match, but these SummerSlam matches are coming hot, and you know what? Well, Rey Mysterio was in action. Rey Mysterio took on Ethan Page. Rey Mysterio, being a busy man, being the general manager of AAA, and a busy man wrestling on Raw. So Rey Mysterio getting his reps in over Ethan Page, defeating Ethan Page in his match tonight. Well, speaking of Rey's son, Dominic and JD Madonna are sick and tired of Danhausen and believe Danhausen are trying to collect. Well, we told you Danhausen put a curse on Liv Morgan to make her lose her Queen of the Ring opportunity. Now Liv got to defend her championship against Io Sky. But you see right here, the Judgment Day took away Danhausen's gift that he was gifted to by the New York Knicks, and the Danhausen uncursed the Knicks. So we saw that. Well, we see this right here. We see Joe Henry. Say his name and he will appear. Joe Henry coming out there, and Joe Henry coming out there to have a concert with the Street Profits. Joe Henry coming out there with the World Tag Team Champion Street Profits and all serenading the crowd in Atlantic City. But Joe Henry was also mildly interrupted by none other than Austin Theory. Joe Henry got the win over Austin Theory. I think Austin Theory didn't get the message, and Joe Henry wasn't playing. Joe Henry came out there and attacked Austin Theory and laid him out. But speaking of somebody got laid out, we know that Io Sky will challenge this woman right here, Liv Morgan, for the Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Io Sky getting a taste of what she's going to get, but Liv Morgan keeps the numbers game going. Liv with her crew of married women doing that to Io Sky. Io Sky is going to really have to bring it at SummerSlam, but she did at the Queen of Rain this past weekend, so they're trying to work something out. And also, too, is there division going on between the Judgment Day? It looks like Liv's getting the smell of herself. Raquel and Roseanne are trying to keep Liv from not building up, but you never know. Liv Morgan better watch herself. Everything could crumble down. Well, we go to this right here, singles action. As Jimmy Uso takes on LA Knight one-on-one, Jimmy Uso looks like he can't catch a break. Jimmy Uso getting defeated once again by his brother, with the help of his brother. Solo's kind of intervening into LA Knight's matches. Solo's trying to tell LA Knight you can trust him. Solo's in for himself. I think we're gonna get a Solo Sokoa run. But it looks like there's division going on in the bloodline. The Usos want to know where was Jacob Fatu at, and Jacob Fatu said he was with Roman. He don't have to explain himself. So the Usos and Jacob Fatu, it looks like there's gonna be some dissension going on in the ranks and stuff. But you can tell on what's going on. But the Usos unhappy about that change in that scenario. A lot of people are not happy with change in this world. But hey, change comes with the territory. As stuff happens, and people just got to learn to live with. Usos trying to get Jacob to live with, but Jacob's not by budging whatsoever. We'll move on to this right here. We get Lyra Valkyria. She looks like she's turning dark and twisted. Lyra Valkyria telling why did she turn on Bayley. Lyra Valkyria said it's simple. Bayley wasn't being Bayley, and Lavacura decides she needs to make a turn. So a lot of moving parts as we go. Lavacura showing that she's gonna turn to a feud. I don't know if Bailey's contract coming up or what, but we'll keep a close eye on this and see what's gonna go down on it as well. Well, we told you earlier, right? Raquel Rodriguez was in action. Raquel was in action against someone. Raquel won her match against Maxine Dupree, I think. Yeah. Raquel won a match. I think she earned herself a women's Intercontinental Championship match. That might be against Sol Roca versus Sol Roca down the road. As well as Danhausen also got into involved in the thick of things as well. Danhausen getting himself into some devious trouble. They say good trouble is good trouble. Good trouble is good trouble as well. So we could see that being the case for Danhausen coming up as well for what's going on with him. Like we said, Danhausen realizing that the magnitude of it, Danhausen trying to get himself out of this situation. I can tell you that. All right, we get to this right here. Now another match that's been added to SummerSlam. We told you Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi. Now it's another match, a huge match. It looks like Seth Rollins will be challenging Roman Reigns for the World's Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. These two men, no stranger to each other. Seth Rollins laid out a history about betraying Roman while they was on the Shield, sacrificing himself to end Roman's long historic reign, even getting pinned by Roman at last year's WrestleMania. Seth Rollins saying that this is perhaps be the last time they'll do this, as you know, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, because he's saying these young guns coming in and taking over, and they're gonna probably get pushed out. Roman looking at it like, I don't care, I'm the world champion. But Roman Reigns accepted Seth Rollins' challenge. So at SummerSlam, it'll be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the World's Championship. Can Roman Reigns get that monkey off his back with Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins, can he regain the championship that defined him as champion? He was the inaugural world champion. So Seth Rollins got something to prove, as well as Roman Reigns got something to prove. And we'll see at SummerSlam between this match. This is the third match that's been added for SummerSlam coming up. All right. That is the Raw Ring Report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. Wrestling Hot Topics. We want to talk about this. The new WWE champion, Sami Zayn, enjoying life as the WWE champion. Even he was singing some. I don't forget, he was some R&B song, but Sami Zayn cruising. And I think, yeah, Sami Zayn was singing Smokey Robinson cruising. And Sami Zayn with the WWE Championship like he's his new best friend and stuff. It's Sami Zayn enjoying his life as WWE champion. Now, like I said, this world championship might mean everything Sami Zayn, but Sami is trying to bask in the glory and trying to get everything that he thinks deserved to him. But you know, when you're WWE champion, when you're world champion, you know you have to play a certain protocol that you know everyone's gunning for you. You just can't be so happy-go-lucky because you know I know Sami Zayn's a fierce competitor. He just got to realize that hey, I'm champion. I'm the hunted. I was once the hunter. Now I'm the hunted. So he got to realize stuff like that. So Sami Zayn, congratulations on being world champion. Well, speaking of that, that's Kendall Gray. We'll get to Kendall Gray in a minute. But Sami Zayn now is Grand Slam champion. But there are names in WWE that's almost a Grand Slam champion. Here's the list. Sheamus needs the Intercontinental Championship, inevitable. Damian Priest needs the IC title. CM Punk needs the U.S. title. Drew McIntyre needs the U.S. title. Jey Uso needs the U.S. title. Cody Rhodes needs the U.S. title. Nakamura needs the world title. Matt Cardona needs the world title. So a lot of these superstars ain't got there yet, but you know it's coming for them being champion. So when I say once you become the champion and when you need something to become a Grand Slam champion, you're kind of close to the boat. So congratulations, like I said, Sami Zayn now in the record books now as a Grand Slam champion. Well, we get this right here. We get to Kendall Bray wins the NXT North American Championship. This is her first photo render of being NXT Women's Champion. Congratulations to Kendall Bray. We'll have a little bit more tomorrow on the NXT Ring Report. So look for that report coming tomorrow your way here on the Pro Wrestling Show. The fallout from the Great American Bash. So look forward to seeing that with them. Also, too, before we leave out, the Thugonomics, John Cena, down bald-headed. What's really going on? John Cena showing his ball. I don't know what they're trying to do with his scalp or what. John Cena getting his head shaved, and now John Cena cue ball like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know what John Cena's going to do with his hair. I guess he's trying to grow his hairline back. That's one thing about Cena. Cena wants to get everything going. So congratulations to John Cena on what he's trying to do for his pending hairline. All right. Like we said, 2 big blockbuster matches announced for SummerSlam. As you see, Roman Reigns will defend the World Championship against Seth freaking Rollins at SummerSlam. We don't know if it'll be night 1 or night 2. I'm believing this is going to be night 1 for that match. And for night 2 will perhaps be this match right here. Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell. We get to see the match. Hell in a Cell. So a lot of moving parts heading towards the biggest party of the summer in Minnesota. So we're going to keep a close eye here on the Raw Ring Report. So for me being Kendrick Dix, saying thanks for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you tomorrow for the NXT Ring Report, and we'll see you at the matches.